You pathetic white fool. You think you built this empire? It was my money, my connections. Reginald Pierce's voice thundered across the boardroom, his fist slamming the mahogany table. Alexander Grant stood rigid, veins bulging in his neck, as Reginald jabbed a finger at him. You're nothing but a bankrupt joke now. Victoria, tell him, your shares are mine and Marcus's. The company's ours. Victoria smirked, arm linked with Marcus Hale, her lover's hand possessive on her waist. It's done, Alex. Divorce papers served. You're out. Alexander's jaw clenched, fists balling at his sides. This is betrayal, Reginald. I built what? Reginald cut him off, sneer twisting his face. A house of cards? And you, Lila, you black maid lurking in the shadows, get out. You're just hired help, cleaning up his messes. Know your place, girl. Lila Thompson froze in the doorway, mop in hand, her shoulders squaring against the venom. Her dark eyes locked on Reginald, lips pressing into a thin line. My place? Cleaning filth like you? Reginald's face reddened, storming forward. Insolent. You're fired too. Both of you. Out before I call security. Marcus laughed, pulling Victoria closer. Pathetic. Twins or no twins, you'll lose everything. Alexander stepped between Reginald and Lila, chest heaving. You'll regret this. Reginald shoved him back. Regret? You're the regret. Weak, white, and worthless. Lila's fingers tightened on the mop handle, knuckles whitening as security dragged them toward the exit. Alexander's eyes burned with fury, Lila's with silent steel. The door slammed shut, echoing their humiliation. Alexander's spine straightened, steel in his glare as security gripped his arms. This isn't the end, Reginald. Your greed will choke you. Reginald barked a laugh, cutting him mid-breath. End? For you, it is. Broke, betrayed, crawl away like the worm you are. Alexander wrenched free, chest heaving, turning to Lila with a nod, sharp as a blade. We're leaving. Head high. Lila's grip crushed the mop handle, splintering wood under her fingers. She dropped it with a clatter, eyes boring into Reginald like daggers. One day your empire crumbles, and I'll watch. Victoria snorted, stepping forward. Watch from the gutter, Maid. You're nothing. Lila's lips curled, teeth bared in a feral grin. Nothing? I've cleaned your filth for years. I know your secrets. Marcus lunged, face twisted. Shut your... Enough, Alexander roared, shoving Marcus back, knuckles white. Security swarmed, hauling them both toward the elevators. Alexander's shoes scraped marble, echoing defiance. You'll pay for this, all of you. Reginald advanced, spittle flying. Pay? You're the one bankrupt. Twins? They'll forget you. Alexander's eyes flashed murder, but he held steady, whispering to Lila. Don't give them the satisfaction. Walk out proud. Lila nodded, chin lifted, shoulders squared against the storm. Her heels clicked defiant rhythm on the floor. As doors hissed shut, Reginald's voice chased them. Gone! Forgotten! In the lobby, flashes exploded. Reporters mobbed like wolves. Mr. Grant, bankruptcy? Affair? Alexander shielded Lila, pushing through. No comment. Justice comes. A microphone jabbed close. And the maid? Involved? Lila's fist clenched, nails digging into palms. Involved? I've seen it all. They burst into the street, rain slamming down like judgment. Alexander hailed a cab, breath ragged. Home. Regroup. Lila slid in beside him, rain streaking windows like tears unshed. Home. They took that too. Alexander's hand trembled, but his voice held firm. Then we build another, starting now. The cab pulled away, leaving the tower's shadow behind, but the weight pressed heavily. Lila stared out, resolve hardening her features. They think we're broken. Alexander met her gaze, fire mirroring fire. Let them. We'll rise sharper. Mr. Grant, you can't just walk away like this. Lila's voice sliced through the rain-soaked street, her hand clamping Alexander's arm like a vice. He spun, eyes flashing fury in the cab's dim glow. Can't I? They took everything. Company, wife, future. What else is left? Lila's nails dug into his sleeve, rain plastering her curls flat. You're twins. Sophia and Ethan. They need you alive, not broken. Alexander's shoulders slumped, rain mixing with sweat on his brow. Alive. I'm a ghost now. The cab lurched forward, tires hissing on wet pavement. Lila leaned close, breath hot against his ear. Ghosts haunt. Use that. Silence choked the air until they reached his penthouse. Now a hollow shell, eviction notice taped to the door like a scar. Alexander ripped it free, paper tearing in his grip. Bastards. Inside, shadows swallowed the luxury. Marble floors scuffed. Photos of Victoria smashed on the ground. Lila flicked on a lamp, its bulb buzzing like angry bees. Sit. I'll make coffee. Alexander collapsed into a leather chair, head in hands, fingers raking scalp until skin reddened. Why help me? Reginald fired you too. Lila's movements halted, kettle clanging against the counter. Fired? He doesn't own me. She poured steaming liquid, the mug slamming down before him. Drink. Clear your head. Alexander sipped, bitterness burning his throat. You're more than a maid, aren't you? Lila's eyes narrowed, pupils dilating in the low light. Always have been. She paced, heels clicking sharp echoes. Reginald's words. They're poison, but poison leaves traces. Alexander's brow furrowed, confusion twisting his features. Traces? Lila knelt by the smashed photo frame, glass crunching under her knees. Her fingers probed the debris, pulling free a small USB drive taped behind Victoria's smiling face. This, hidden in your anniversary gift. Why? Alexander snatched it, heart pounding against his ribs. I never knew. He plugged it into his laptop, the screen flickering to life. Files scrolled, emails, transfers, dates matching Victoria's business trips. She's been siphoning funds for months to Marcus. Lila's fist slammed the table, vibration rattling cups. Not just funds. Look deeper. Alexander clicked further, uncovering an encrypted folder labeled Nexus Shield. A single video snippet loaded, grainy footage of Reginald in a boardroom, voice distorted. The code's ready. Control the data, control the world. Alexander's breath hitched, pulse thundering in his ears. What is this? Some prototype? Lila's face hardened, jaw locking tight. More than that, but it's proof. They're hiding something bigger. Alexander stood, chair scraping back. Bigger than stealing my company? Lila nodded, shadows playing across her dark skin. Big enough to kill for. A chill raced down Alexander's spine, hair standing on end. Then we expose it. Lila's smile ghosted her lips, cold and sharp. First, survive the night. Outside, thunder cracked, lightning illuminating a parked car across the street. Headlights flicking once, then dark. Someone watched. Alexander's knuckles whitened on the USB. They're coming. Lila grabbed her coat, eyes scanning windows. Then we move. Now. The door creaked open to the storm, pulling them into uncertainty, but with the first spark of fight igniting in their veins. You think a black maid like me can't fight back? Watch me drag you through this hell. Lila's words whipped across the cab's back seat, her fist pounding the leather seat. Alexander's head snapped up, eyes blazing. Fight? I'm the one they ruined? Ruined? Lila cut him off, voice razor edge. They stole my father's life too. Reginald crushed him like trash. Alexander's breath hitched, knuckles cracking as he gripped the door handle. Your father? What? Later, Lila snapped, her glare silencing him. The cab screeched to a halt outside a dingy motel, engine coughing smoke. Lila shoved bills at the driver, yanking Alexander out. In! Now! Inside the room, fluorescent buzz harsh, Lila bolted the door, her shoulders slamming against wood. We team up, or you die alone. Alexander paced, feet stomping carpet. Team, you're my maid? Was, Lila interrupted, chest heaving with rage. Now you're ally. That USB? Proof Reginald bankrupted my dad, killed his Loliao. Alexander froze, pulse hammering temples. Killed? How? Poisoned deals, Lila shot back, fingers jabbing air. Fake loans, stolen patents, Nexus Shield, his invention. Twisted. Alexander's face drained, skin paling under the light. Twisted into what? Control? Lila nodded sharply, breath ragged. Data domination. We expose it. She grabbed a burner phone from her bag, dialing fast. Walter, it's me. Need backup. Voice crackled back. Lila? Risky. Do it, she commanded, hanging up. Alexander lunged forward. Who was? Old ally, Lila cut in, shoving him toward the bed. Sit. Plan. Her hands trembled, adrenaline surging through her veins. Alexander obeyed, muscles coiling tight. Fine. First the twins. Victoria's got them. Lila's eyes narrowed, pupils contracting. We snatch them back. Infiltrate her gala tomorrow. Alexander's fist smashed the nightstand, lamp shattering. Gala? With Marcus? Yes, Lila hissed, shards crunching under her boot. Disguise. Strike. She sketched on a motel notepad, lines slashing paper. You pose rich investor. I slip in as staff. Alexander's breath steadied, resolve hardening his jaw. Risky. If caught. Caught? Lila echoed, voice steel. We won't. Train now. She drilled him relentlessly, words firing like bullets. Walk taller. Voice deeper. Alexander mirrored, posture shifting. Like this? Better, Lila conceded, sweat beading forehead. Hours blurred, exhaustion clawing at eyes. Why me? Alexander whispered finally, voice cracking. Regret or revenge? Lila's gaze softened fractionally, lips pressing thin. Both, but mostly, justice. Alexander nodded, alliance forging in silence. Dawn crept, phone buzzing. Walter's here. Gear ready. Lila opened the door, bag slung over her shoulder. Move. Hunt begins. Alexander followed, step syncing with hers, the USB burning in his pocket like fire. They vanished into morning shadows, pursuit igniting. Hand over the drive, or I'll slit your throat right here. The thug's knife flashed under the warehouse bulb, pressing cold against Alexander's neck. Lila exploded forward, boot slamming the man's knee with a crack. He howled, knife clattering as he crumpled. Touch him again, and you die. Alexander twisted free, elbow smashing the thug's nose, blood spraying hot. Who sent you? The thug spat crimson. Reginald wants the USB. Lila's knee drove into his gut, air whooshing out. Tell him we're coming. She zip-tied his wrists, tape gagging his mouth. Alexander wiped blood from his lip, chest pounding. How'd they find us? Lila dragged the thug into the shadows, breath steady. Track the cab. We're exposed. She rifled his pockets, snatching a phone. But this leads us deeper. They bolted from the warehouse, feet pounding concrete into Brooklyn's underbelly. Lila led, weaving alleys like a shadow. My turf now. Follow. Alexander's lungs burned, matching her stride. Your turf? Thought you were just... Lila shot back, vaulting a fence. He scrambled after, chain link rattling. I've built networks, victims like my dad. They burst into a dimly lit community center, doors creaking shut. Inside, faces turned. Weary men and women, eyes hollow from loss. A burly man stood. Lila, who's the suit? Allie, she replied, fist bumping him. Alexander Grant, Reginald's latest chew toy. Murmurs rippled, anger flashing. A woman with scarred hands gripped Lila's arm. He bankrupted my shop, stole patents. Lila nodded, voice iron. We're fighting back. Share what you know. Alexander watched, awe twisting his gut. Lila commanded the room, pulling files from hidden drawers. Reginald's playbook, fake audits, bribed judges. A young techie slid over. Nexus shield, heard whispers, data control grid. Alexander's pulse spiked, handing over the USB. Plug it. Screens flickered, revealing schematics. Networks snaking global banks, governments. It's a web. Traps everyone? Lila's fingers flew on keys, decrypting layers. My dad designed the core. Reginald twisted it into chains. The group leaned in, breaths collective. An elder spoke, voice gravelly. He ruined my factory. Workers starved. Lila's eyes blazed, handing out printouts. We compile. Testimonies, ledgers. Alexander joined, sorting papers, hands shaking with purpose. This hits him where it hurts. Hours blurred, coffee scalding throats. A single mother shared photos of evicted home. For his profits, Lila hugged her fiercely. We reclaim. Alexander's resolve hardened, stacking evidence. United, we bury him. Lila paused, uncovering a faded photo. Her father, broken but defiant. He helped others too, before the end. The room pulsed with shared fury, plans sharpening like blades. Strike at the gala. Infiltrate. Alexander nodded, alliance solidifying. I'm in. Lila's smile cut sharply. Good. We arm up. As dawn edged in, a hidden safe clicked open. Gadgets, disguises. From my dad's allies. Alexander donned a vest, weighing him down. Ready? Lila locked eyes, fire mirroring fire. We don't break. We shatter them. The group dispersed, shadows swallowing figures, but an encrypted message blinked on the phone. Victoria's number. Meet me, alone. Lila's grip crushed the device. Trap, but we turn it. Forgive me, Alex, or I'll destroy what's left of you. Victoria's voice hissed through the burner phone, her breath ragged with desperation. Alexander's fingers crushed the device, the screen cracking under pressure. Forgive? After you gutted me? Victoria cut him off, words a venomous slash. I had no choice. Reginald forced. Forced! Alexander roared, pacing the motel room, boots stomping worn carpet. You chose Marcus, chose betrayal. Lila lunged forward, snatching the phone. Lies, hang up. Victoria's plea sharpened. Meet me. Alone. I can fix this. Lila's eyes blazed, handing it back. Trap, but we flip it. Alexander's jaw locked, teeth grinding. Where? My penthouse. Midnight. Come unarmed. The line died, silence slamming down. Lila's fist pounded the wall, plaster cracking. She's using you, wants the USB. Alexander's pulse thundered, veins bulging. Then we give her a taste. Pretend forgiveness. Lila nodded sharply, grabbing disguises from the safe. I infiltrate his staff. You play broken husband. Hours later, midnight struck like a hammer. Alexander approached the penthouse door, knuckles rapping hard. It swung open, Victoria's face pale, lips trembling. Alex, thank God. She pulled him in, arms wrapping tight, too tight. Alexander shoved back, chest heaving. Save the act. What do you want? Victoria's eyes darted, hands wringing. Forgiveness. Reginald pushed me. Marcus too. I regret. Regret? Alexander interrupted, voice a whip. You stole my company. Victoria's tears spilled, mascara streaking her cheeks. I can help reclaim it. Just give me the evidence. We'll expose them together. Lila, hidden in shadows as a caterer, slipped through the service entrance. Tray balanced, ears straining. Her heart pounded against her ribs, sweat beading forehead. Victoria led Alexander to the lounge, pouring scotch with shaking hands. Sign this. Joint custody for the twins. Then we talk. Alexander's fingers hovered over the paper, pen trembling. And Nexus Shield? Your father's toy? Victoria froze, glass shattering on the floor. How do you... No. Alexander cut her, rising fast. We have proof. Lila burst from hiding, gun drawn, barrel steady. Drop the facade, Victoria. We know you're here to steal it back. Victoria's face contorted, fury erupting. You? The maid, how dare! Lila's advanced trigger finger is itching. I've dared for years, watching you cheat, steal. Alexander flanked her, blocking the door. Admit it. You want the USB to bury us. Victoria's knees buckled, collapsing to the couch. Fine. Reginald sent me. But I hate him too. He controls everything. Lila's grip tightened, muzzle inches from Victoria's face. Prove it. Give us access to his safe. Victoria's breath hitched, nods frantically. Deal, but you forgive publicly. Act reconciled. Alexander's eyes narrowed, calculating. Agreed, but one betrayal. We end you. Lila holstered the gun, tension coiling muscles. Lead us, now. Victoria stood, wiping tears, guiding them to a hidden panel. Safe clicked open, files spilling. Among them, a video drive. Lila pocketed it, fingers electric. This changes everything. Alexander's hand clamped Victoria's shoulder. You're in now. No turning back. Victoria's nod was steel, but her eyes flickered with doubt. As they slipped out, video humming in Lila's pocket, a grainy frame caught her eye. Reginald with Marcus whispering, Nexus activates soon. Worlds fall. Lila's blood ran cold, fist clenching. Bigger than we thought. Alexander's resolve hardened. Then we dig deeper. Victoria trailed them, alliance fragile as glass. You filthy black intruder! Think you can steal from me? I'll bury you like your worthless father. Reginald's roar exploded through the penthouse door, his shotgun barrel jamming into Lila's ribs. She twisted, elbow cracking his wrist, gun clattering across marble. Bury me? Like you buried him? Victoria lunged, nails raking Lila's arm, blood welling hot. Stop, father, she's with me. With you. Reginald cut her off, fist smashing Victoria's cheek, a bruise blooming instantly. Traitor daughter, you led them here? Alexander charged, shoulder ramming Reginald's gut, air exploding from lungs. Touch her again, any of them, and I end you. Marcus emerged from the shadows, knife glinting, slashing at Alexander's back. Fabric tore, skin splitting warm. End him. You're the walking corpse, Grant. Lila spun, boot connecting Marcus's jaw with a snap, teeth scattering like dice. Corpse? We'll see who rots first. Reginald recovered, grabbing Victoria's hair, yanking her head back. You beg for help, girl. Now watch them bleed. Victoria's scream pierced, hands clawing his arm. Let go! I didn't... Didn't what? Reginald interrupted, shoving her down, knees cracking the floor. Betray me, like you betrayed him. Alexander dove, tackling Reginald, fists pounding ribs until bones creaked. Your game's up. The video. We have it all. Marcus recovered, knife thrusting at Lila's throat. She dodged, palms slamming his nose, cartilage crunching. Video? Destroy it! Victoria crawled, snatching the drive from Lila's pocket, fingers slick with sweat. Father, take it! End this! Reginald snatched it, boot stomping Alexander's hand, bones grinding. Good girl. Now the maid. Finish her. Lila's eyes locked on Victoria, betrayal burning. You played us. For him? Victoria's lips quivered, tears streaking. No choice. He owns me. Marcus advanced on Lila, knife raised. Owns everyone. Your dad learned that. Lila's fist flew, connecting with his temple, vision blurring his. Learned. He died fighting scum like you. Alexander rose, blood dripping from his brow, grabbing Marcus's collar. Confess. Nexus shield. Your global cage. Reginald laughed, driving crushing under his heel. Cage? It's power. And you? Loose ends. He signaled hidden guards, doors bursting open, boots thundering in. Kill them all. Lila grabbed Alexander, pulling him toward the balcony. Jump! Now! Victoria hesitated, eyes wide with horror. Wait, I didn't mean... Mean! Reginald slapped her, his cheek splitting. Useless. Guards fired, bullets whizzing past as Alexander and Lila vaulted the railing, landing hard on the awning below, fabric ripping. They rolled into alley shadows, breaths ragged. They're united now, Alexander gasped, hand-pressing wound. Full force. Lila's grip tightened on his arm. Then we hit harder. Sirens wailed distant, but the drive's fragments gleamed in her pocket, backup hidden. Deeper proof waits. You double-crossing white witch? Think we'll let you live after that stunt? Lila's snarl ripped through the alley, her boot pinning Victoria's throat against cold brick. Victoria gagged, hands clawing Lila's ankle, nails drawing blood. Wait, I can prove? Prove? Lila pressed harder, veins popping in her forearm. You smashed the drive. Alexander yanked Lila back, muscles straining. Ease up. She might talk. Victoria coughed, scrambling up, face smeared with dirt. The video fragments survived. Play them. Lila thrust the cracked drive into a laptop from her bag, the screen flickering erratically. Pixels danced, Reginald's voice distorted. Nexus activates, data ours. Alexander's eyes widened, breath catching sharply. Ours? Who else? Victoria leaned in, fingers trembling on keys. Marcus's servers, hidden in his loft. I have access. Lila's knife flashed, tip pricking Victoria's collarbone. Lead or bleed. They piled into a stolen sedan, engine roaring to life. Victoria drove, knuckles white on the wheel. Turn left. Avoid patrols. Alexander's gun pressed her thigh. One wrong move. Move! Victoria cut him, swerving hard. Sirens wailed behind. Lights flashing, red-blue fury. They're tailing! Lila fired out the window, bullets pinging metal. The pursuit car spun, crashing into a hydrant, water erupting. Faster! Victoria floored it, tires screeching on corners. Lofts underground, code 4782. They ditched the car in the shadows, bolting downstairs, door hissing open. Inside, servers hummed like beasts. Victoria hacked terminals, sweat dripping chin. Files here. Nexus blueprints. Alexander scrolled, heart slamming ribs. Back doors everywhere, banks, governments. Total lockdown. Lila's fist crushed a mouse. My dad's design. Stolen, weaponized. Victoria's voice cracked. Reginald killed him for it. Poisoned. I saw the reports. Lila whirled, grabbing Victoria's throat. Saw and did nothing? Victoria choked, eyes bulging. Feared him, still do. Alexander pulled Lila off. Focus. Dig deeper. Screens revealed emails. Marcus to Reginald. Test on Grant's twins. Leverage. Alexander's roar echoed, fist shattering the monitor, glass slicing knuckles. My kids. Targets. Victoria nodded frantically. Kidnap planned. Tomorrow. Lila's breath hissed out. We intercept. They downloaded drives, alarms blaring suddenly. Doors burst, guards storming in, rifles raised. Freeze! Lila flipped a table, bullets ricocheting. Alexander fired back, shoulder jerking from recoil. Cover me! Victoria dove behind servers, pulling a hidden lever. Emergency shutdown. The lights died, sparks flying. Chaos erupted, guards stumbling blind. Lila's knife slashed a throat, gurgle wet. Alexander tackled another, neck snapping under the knee. Out! They dragged Victoria through vents, metal scraping skin raw, emerging into the night, lungs burning. Safe house, Lila commanded, leading to an abandoned factory. Inside, they poured over data, breath ragged. Nexus isn't shield, it's chains. Global control. Alexander's fingers traced schematics, blood-smearing paper. Reginald's endgame. Own data, own world. Victoria's whisper cut air. He has backups. In his vault. Lila's eyes locked on her. Then we raid. Alexander stood, resolve stealing spine. Tomorrow, before they touch my twins. Victoria's hand shook, offering a keycard. I'm in, for them. Lila's sneer twisted lips. Prove it, or die trying. The factory echoed with plans sharpening, data drives glowing ominously. A single email blinked unread. Activation imminent. Worlds kneel. You murdered my father. You white devil. Admit it, or I'll carve the truth from your lying throat. Lila's knife pressed Reginald's neck, blade drawing a thin red line, blood beating hot. Reginald choked a laugh, hands cuffed behind, chair creaking under his thrash. Murder? Business, girl. Your old man begged for it. Alexander slammed the laptop down, screen shattering. Reginald's reflection. Begged. The email. Activation imminent. What's Nexus, really? Reginald's eyes gleamed, spit flying. Power. Your wife's design twisted from his scraps. Victoria gasped, chains rattling her wrists. Twisted? Father, you promised. Promised? Reginald cut her, head snapping. Shut up, whore. You spread legs for Marcus, handed me the keys. Marcus groaned from the floor, Lila's boot grinding his chest. Keys? To kill? Reginald lunged against the bonds, veins bulging neck. Kill? He resisted. Nexus was his baby. Shield for data. I flipped it. Back doors. Control kings, presidents, everything. Lila's blade dug deeper, skin parting. Flipped? You poisoned him! Reginald's grin widened, teeth bloody. Poison. Heart attack. Clean. Took his notes. Buried the body. Alexander's fist connected with Reginald's jaw, a crack echoing. Buried. Evidence here. Autopsy faked. Victoria's sobs racked, body shaking. You told me an accident. Accident? Reginald interrupted, blood dribbling chin. Weak fool. Like Grant, I own him, own you all. Lila's free hand rifled through files, paper scattering. Owned? These logs, payments to docs, bribes to cops. Marcus wheezed, ribs cracking under pressure. Stop. It's bigger. Nexus live now. Worlds kneel. Alexander yanked Marcus up, face inches. Kneel! To whom? Reginald cackled, chains clinking. Me. Governments pay. Data flows. Secrets mine. Lila's eyes widened, knife trembling. Secrets? My dad's death. Recorded here. Video. Screen flickered on backup drive, grainy feed. Reginald injecting syringe into arm, her father convulsing, foam-bubbling lips. No! Lila's scream tore the air, blade slashing Reginald's cheek, flesh peeling. You monster! Reginald howled, head whipping. Monster? Visionary. He wanted out. Threatened exposure. Victoria retched, vomit splashing the floor. Exposure? You framed it as suicide. Alexander's boot crushed Reginald's fingers, bones snapping. Framed? Like you framed me bankrupt? Reginald's defiance cracked, sweat pouring. Bankrupt. Test run. Nexus wiped your accounts clean. Lila dropped the knife, fists pummeling his chest. Wiped? For control. Blows landed, bruises blooming. Yes! Reginald gasped, ribs caving. Global. Elections rigged, markets crashed. Mine! Alexander hauled Lila back, her breathing. Global! Proofs here. Codes. Victims. Victoria crawled forward, grabbing Alexander's leg. Stop him. Before he activates, fully Nald's eyes locked on her, hatred boiling. Activate? Already did. Feel it. Phones buzz simultaneously, screens lighting, bank alerts, zeros across accounts. Alexander's face paled, his hands shaking. Everything gone. Lila snatched her gun, barrel to Reginald's temple. Reverse it. Reginald's whisper slithered. Can't. The chain reaction started. Sirens wailed outside, doors pounding. Guards? No. Cops? Alexander's pulse raced. We run. With truth. Lila dragged Reginald up, gun jammed in the back. Truth? We'll shove it down their throats. Victoria rose, chains dragging. I'm with you. End this. They burst through the back exit, Reginald stumbling, blood trailing, but a shadow loomed ahead. Marcus free, gun raised. Not so fast. You worthless black bitch, think you can expose me? I'll burn you alive with your precious twins. Reginald's bellow thundered through the vault's steel door, flames licking the walls as he doused gasoline. Sophia and Ethan bound in the corner, their tiny wrists raw from ropes. Lila charged, shoulders smashing the doorframe, splinters embedding skin. Burn us? Like you burned my father. Reginald swung a torch, fire whooshing past her face in singeing curls. Father! Weak fool! Deserved it! Alexander burst in behind, tackling Reginald, fists pounding gut until bile spewed. Let them go! Now! Victoria screamed from chains on the wall, wrists bleeding. Father, stop! They're my kids! Kids! Reginald cut her, boot kicking her ribs, crack audible. Your mistake! Bait for him! Marcus lunged from the shadows, knife slicing Alexander's arm, blood gushing hot. Bait! We'll gut you first! Lila dodged flames, grabbing Ethan, rope snapping under her pull. Run, kid! Sophia wailed, tiny fists pounding Reginald's leg. Daddy! Reginald snatched her up, his arm choking her neck. Move! And she snaps! Alexander froze, breath ragged, wound pulsing. Release her, or I kill you slow. Reginald laughed, torch waving. Kill? You're broke, bleeding. Victoria wrenched free one hand, nails raking Reginald's calf, flesh tearing. Let her go! Go! Reginald stomped her fingers, bones crunching. Traitor! Flames leapt higher, gasoline igniting walls, heat blistering skin. Lila hurled a chair, wood splintering, Reginald's knee, hand buckled, dropping Sophia. Alexander caught her, heart slamming ribs. Lila, exit! Marcus blocked the door, gun cocked. Exit! Through me! Lila's kick connected with his groin. He doubled, gun firing wildly, a bullet grazing her thigh, pain exploding. Through you? Gladly. She twisted his arm, snap echoing, gun clattering. Reginald rose, flames encircling, eyes mad. All burn! He lunged at Ethan, but Victoria dove, body shielding, flames catching her dress. No! Alexander yanked her back, stamping fire, skin scorching. Hold on! Lila grabbed Reginald's collar, slamming her head against the vault wall, skull thudding. Confess, Nexu is your murder tool. Reginald spat blood. Tool Empire! Guards pounded outside, doors buckling. They're breaking in, Alexander yelled, scooping twins, arms straining. Fight through! Lila's knife plunged into Reginald's shoulder, twisting viciously. Through chains! Your end! Reginald howled, collapsing. Flames roared higher, smoke choking lungs. Victoria coughed up blood. Vault's trap. Gas ignites full. An explosion rocked the foundations, debris raining. Alexander shielded kids, back blistering. Out now! They burst through the side vent, guards firing behind, bullets whizzing. Lila dragged Victoria, leg dragging a blood trail. Truth next. Alexander's grip tightened on the twins. Resolve iron. Or die trying. Smoke billowed, pursuing shadows closing. You think fire stops me, you racist pig? I'll rip your secrets from the ashes. Lila's roar cut through the smoke, her boot kicking debris aside, flames licking her heels as she charged Reginald's vault deeper. Alexander dragged the twins close, their small bodies coughing ash, his arms shielding their eyes from the heat. Lila, evidence! Find it! Reginald writhed on the floor, chains biting his wrists, blood pooling from his shoulder. Find! It's gone, burned! Lila's knife slashed his bonds free, yanking him up by the throat. Liar! Where's the master drive? Reginald choked, nails scratching her arm, drawing welts. Never tell! Victoria staggered up, dress charred, hands blistering as she clawed at a wall panel. Here, his safe! Panel popped, revealing digital lock, fingers flying on keys. Code, my birthday. Safe hissed open, files tumbling, but Reginald lunged, headbutting Victoria's temple, a crack resounding. Mine! She reeled, blood trickling ear, but Alexander caught her, fist pounding Reginald's gut. Stay down! Twins wailed, Sophia's tiny fists pounding Alexander's chest. Daddy, hot! Ethan gagged on smoke, tears streaking soot. Lila dove into the safe, hands scorching on metal, pulling encrypted drives. Got backups! Nexus core! Reginald crawled, grabbing her ankle, yanking hard. Give it! Lila kicked free, heel crushing his fingers, snap echoing. Core? Your murder weapon! Alexander fired at pursuing guards, bullets pinging steel, one grazing his thigh, pain exploding. Cover us! Victoria snatched a folder, papers singeing edges. Autopsy? Faked! Proof he killed your dad. Lila's eyes blazed, stuffing drives in the vest, zipper ripping. Killed? With Nexus logs. Payments to hitmen. Reginald's laugh bubbled blood. Hitmen, efficient. Guards breached, rifles barking, walls chipping. Alexander returned fire, shoulder jerking recoil. Outside tunnel. Lila hauled Reginald as she held, his body jerking with impacts, blood splattering her. Shield? Pathetic. Twins clung to Alexander, legs pumping through smoke. Victoria limped behind, clutching a folder. More. Emails to Marcus. Twins leverage. Activate chains. Alexander's fury surged, boot kicking the tunnel hatch open. Leverage. My kids. They piled in, hatch slamming, locks engaging. Reginald slumped, breath gurgling. Kids. Expendable. Lila's knife pressed against his eye. Expendable? Like my father? He gasped. He begged. Spare Lila. Before the syringe. Lila's hands shook, blade-piercing skin. Begged. You monster. Alexander pulled her back. Not yet. He talks more. Tunnel echoed footsteps, guards hammering outside. Victoria decoded a final file on the phone, screen glowing. Full schematics, Nexus Global, reversible. Lila pocketed it, resolved to steal. Reversible, we break the chains. Alexander nodded, twins quieting in his arms. But first, escape. Guards torched the hatch, metal glowing red. They're melting through. Lila dragged Reginald forward. Use him. Bargain. Alexander's grip tightened on the gun. Or bait. Tunnel end loomed, freedom tantalizing, but explosions rocked behind. Faster! Evidence burned in their pockets, truth a weapon sharper than steel. You arrogant white scum! Think your Nexus chains bind us forever? Watch them shatter on live feed. Lila's voice boomed through the conference hall speakers, her fingers stabbing the play button, the projector blasting Reginald's confession video across the massive screen. Reginald surged from his seat at the head table, face purpled with rage, knocking champagne flutes, shattering. Stop that! Lies! Alexander blocked his path, chest barreling forward, shoving Reginald back into his chair with a thud. Lies? Your words caught on tape. The crowd, investors, board members, press, gasped, chairs scraping as bodies leaned forward, eyes glued to the footage. Reginald injecting syringe. Lila's father convulsing, foam spewing. Victoria stood frozen stage side, hands wringing bloody from earlier chains. Father, it's over. Over. Reginald cut her, lunging across the table, fingers clawing her throat. You leaked this, bitch! Guards rushed, but Lila fired a warning shot ceilingward, plaster raining. Back off, or he dies publicly. Marcus bolted from the shadows, tackling Alexander, fists pummeling ribs until cracks echoed. Die? You'll all swing first. Alexander kneed Marcus's groin, twisted viciously, rolling free with a gun drawn. Swing? For your murders? Twins huddled behind the podium, Sophia's small hands covering Ethan's ears, whimpers piercing the chaos. Daddy, scary. Video looped. Nexus, global chains. I killed for it. Investors roared, phones flashing recordings. Fraud! Arrest him! Reginald snatched a microphone, voice blasting. Arrest? I own you all. Data, secrets. Lila advanced, driving, thrusting forward. Own? Not anymore. Backups exposed. Codes reversed. Reginald's boot kicked the podium, wood splintering, twins screaming as it toppled. Alexander dove, shielding them, body slamming the ground hard. Stay down! Victoria yanked Reginald's arm, nails digging deep. Stop! For once! Reginald backhanded her, lips splitting. Useless spawn! Press surged, cameras whirring, but guards formed a wall, rifles cocking. Clear out, or we fire! Lila's laugh cut sharply, hacking the hall's system, doors locking with clicks. Fire? In front of cameras? Global stream live. Screen split. Confessions. Schematics. Victim testimonies flooding in. Marcus rose, knife drawn, slashing at Lila. Stream! Cut it! She dodged, elbow cracking his wrist, knife flying. Cut! Too late! World sees! Reginald's eyes darted, sweat pouring, grabbing a guard's gun. Sees? Then witness this! He aimed at twins, trigger pulling, click empty. Alexander's earlier sabotage. Empty? Bastard! The crowd mobbed guards, fists flying, chairs wielded like clubs. Take him down! Lila tackled Reginald, knee-driving spine, cuffs snapping wrists. Down! Forever! Victoria knelt by the twins, arms wrapping tight, sobs racking. Safe, finally. Alexander stood, voice thundering over chaos. Nexus ends here, chains broken. Police sirens wailed outside, doors bursting open, badges flashing. Freeze, all! Reginald spat at his feet. Broken! I rebuild stronger. Lila's boot pressed his neck. Rebuild? In hell! Handcuffs clicked. Reginald dragged away, the crowd parting like the sea. Alexander hugged twins, hearts pounding in sync. It's done. But Lila's hand clutched a final file, eyes scanning hidden lines. Activation code, still live. Shadows lingered, unfinished. You slimy white tyrant, rotten hell for what you did to my father. Confess now or I'll make sure the jury hears every scream. Lila's voice cracked like a whip in the courtroom, her fists slamming the witness stand, knuckles splitting skin as Reginald recoiled in chains. Reginald snarled back, chains rattling against bars. Confess? To crush insects like him? Proudly. The judge's gavel pounded, wood splintering. Order! Defendant! Sit! Alexander stood rigid in the gallery, twins clutching his legs, their small fingers digging into his thighs. Daddy? Bad man? Sophia whimpered, Ethan burying his face in her knee. Victoria rose from the defense bench, chains clinking, face bruised from prior scuffles. Father, stop fighting. Fighting? Reginald cut her, spittle flying. You betrayed me first, whore! Bailiffs lunged, tasers crackling, zapping Reginald's arm, body jerking electric. Down! He collapsed, breath gurgling. Insects, all of you! Lila advanced, evidence-driven, thrusting forward. Your words recorded. Murder, fraud, nexus chains. Jury gasped, eyes widening, papers shuffling frantically. The prosecutor nodded sharply. Exhibit A, play it. Screen lit. Reginald's syringe plunge, Lila's father convulsing, death rattle echoing the hall. Marcus, cuffed beside, head-butted the bailiff, nose exploding with blood. Lies! Shut it off! Bailiff's elbow cracked his jaw, teeth scattering. Silent! The judge's voice thundered. Verdict. Guilty on all counts. Life. No parole. Reginald roared, surging against restraints, veins bursting forehead. Guilty. I build empires. Guards dragged him, boots scraping the floor, screams fading down the corridor. Victoria slumped, sobs racking, handcuffs biting wrists. Justice, for once. Alexander's arms wrapped the twins tighter, hearts pounding in sync. It's over, kids. Lila met his gaze, resolve stealing. Over. Chains broken. Court emptied, echoes lingering, but Reginald's final glare burned from the doorway. Rebuild? Watch me. Jury filed out, nods firm. Locked away. Alexander exhaled, lifting his shoulders. Finally. But Lila's hand clenched fist, nails drawing blood. Not all loose ends tied. You greedy white vulture, think your stolen fortune dies with you? Well, carve it up and feed the hungry you starved. Lila's voice sliced through the auction hall, her gavel smashing down, splintering wood as Reginald's assets flashed on screens. Mansions, yachts, accounts frozen solid. Alexander gripped the podium edge, knuckles bleaching white. Every penny, redirected. Victims first. Victoria, shackled in the front row, lunged against guards, chains yanking her back. That's mine, our blood money. Blood! Alexander cut her eyes astorm. Your hands drip with it. My company's corpse. Guards shoved her down, knees cracking for the lore. Sit! The crowd, former employees, ruined families, roared approval, fists pumping air. A widow stood, voice cracking. He bankrupted my husband. Patent stolen. Suicide followed. Lila nodded sharply, handing her a check. First grant, rebuild your lab. Widow's fingers trembled, tears streaking cheeks. Justice, finally. Alexander scanned the room, breath steadying. Nexus funds, quarry for good. Foundation launches now. Screens lit. Grant Thompson Fund, tech for the oppressed. Marcus, cuffed beside Victoria, spat blood. Fund? My designs? Designs? Lila interrupted, boot grinding his foot, bones grinding. Stolen from my father. Now they heal. She distributed packets, hands flying. Scholarships for black innovators. Labs for the broke. Alexander pulled the wings forward, their small hands clutching deeds. Sophia, Ethan, your legacy. Sophia's fist clenched paper. For kids like us? Ethan nodded fiercely. No more bad men. Crowd surged, donations pouring. Checks shoved forward, wires buzzing phones. Take it. Build. Victoria's sob broke, body slumping. I helped destroy. Destroy? Alexander yanked her up, face inches. Now rebuild or rot. She nodded frantically, signing over hidden accounts. Take all. Fix it. Lila's smile was cold. We will. Clinics for the poisoned. Homes for the evicted. A techie rose, voice booming. Nexus reversed. Shields for privacy. Free to all. Alexander's hand clamped Lila's shoulder, squeezing firmly. Partners in this. She squeezed back, resolve shared. From ashes, empires for the weak. Funds swelled, millions redirecting instant. Wires confirming. Widow hugged Lila, grip iron. Saved us. More victims lined up, stories spilling. He ruined my factory. Stole my code. Checks flew, signatures slashing paper. Alexander addressed the hall, voice thundering. No more chains. Tools for freedom. Twins cheered, fists raised high. Freedom! Victoria collapsed, guards hauling her. I see now. Too late. Alexander's glare pierced. Late. Start fixing. From prison. Hall emptied, echoes of cheers lingering, but a final wire confirmed. Fund operational. World's mend. Lila pocketed her phone, eyes on Alexander. Our fight. Won. He nodded, family circling tight. And rebuild stronger. You entitled white ghost, think your shattered empire fades into nothing? We'll forge a new dawn from its ruins, one where the oppressed rise and crush tyrants like you. Lila's declaration thundered across the Foundation's launch stage, her fists slamming the podium, wood groaning under impact as confetti exploded, showering the crowd of survivors, widows, broken innovators, families Reginald had crushed. Alexander stepped forward, arm wrapping Lila's waist, pulling firm. Rise? We've risen. Fund operational. Millions reclaimed. Victoria, released on parole, knelt before the twins on the grass below, her chains metaphorical now, hands trembling as she hugged Sophia and Ethan, their small arms squeezing back. Mommy, sorry? Sophia's whisper pierced, tears wetting Victoria's blouse. Sorry? I destroyed your world first. World? Alexander cut her, descending steps, boots thudding earth. You torched it, but we rebuild, stronger. The crowd cheered, banners waving. Grant Thompson legacy, tech for all. A former employee rushed stage, gripping Lila's hand. Your dad's shield now protects us. Clinics funded, patents returned. Lila's grip crushed his, knuckles whitening. Returned? My father died for this. Use it. Fight back. Alexander addressed the masses, voice booming. Nexus reversed. Privacy shields free. No more cages. Twins climbed the podium, Ethan's fist raised in mimic. No bad men, Sophia echoed, voice fierce. Help everyone. Victoria stood, face scarred from trials, offering a deed. My shares. Donate. Fix what I broke. Alexander snatched it, eyes hard. Broke? Family shattered, like mine. She nodded, tears streaming. Shattered. Rebuild with me. Lila's sneer twisted lips. With you? Prove it. Volunteer first clinic. Victoria's chin lifted, resolve stealing. Done. The crowd parted as donors surged, checks thrusting forward, wires buzzing phones instant. For the starved, a black innovator shouted, hugging Lila. Scholarships. My kid's code now. Lila's embrace crushed, back slapping hard. Code? Revolutionize. Break chains. Alexander pulled the twins close, their laughter bubbling against his chest. See? From ashes. Hope. Years flashed. Foundation sprawling. Labs humming. Victims turned victors. Alexander and Lila married under shield banners. Twins as ring bearers. A crowd roaring vows. Partners in justice, Lila whispered, lips brushing his, fire shared. Justice? Our fire. Victoria, reformed, ran clinics, hands bandaging wounds she once caused. Heal, my penance. Twins grew, Sophia coding shields, Ethan leading protests, fists raised high. No more tyrants. Elder victims mentored, stories forging steel in young eyes. Your grandfather's fight, yours now. Alexander and Lila stood on the balcony, sunset blazing, arms entwined. From betrayal, this, he murmured, hand on her belly, new life kicking. This, legacy unbroken. Lila's kiss deepened, passion igniting. Unbroken, eternal. Foundation expanded globally, Nexus codes open-sourced, empires kneeling to equality. Tech serves people, not chains. Alexander declared at summits, crowds thundering applause. Twins beam from wings. Dad's right. Victoria watched distantly, a smile ghosting her lips. I see now, redemption possible. Lila's final speech echoed, rock bottom births strength. Forgive, but never forget. Rise together, crush injustice. The crowd chanted, fists united. Rise, crush! As night fell, the family gathered, fire pit crackling, stories flowing. From dark, light, Alexander toasted, glass clinking. Light, our flame. Lila's eyes locked with his, a promise eternal. Flame burns forever. Twins slept between, dreams safe. But a distant alert buzzed, old Nexus node flickering. Not done, Alexander whispered. Lila's hand squeezed. Then we fight on. From the depths of betrayal and loss, this story reminds us that true justice rises from forgiveness, unexpected alliances, and the courage to rebuild from rock bottom, proving that even in our darkest moments, redemption and hope can forge a brighter path. Now share your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever turned a personal injustice into strength or found an unlikely ally in tough times? We'd love to hear your stories. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.